Welcome everybody. My name is R.S. Vaughan,
And I'm Spiked or Anthony.
and you are watching the Chair Guys podcast.
Exactly, ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to kick it off. We actually, before we get into any albums, we have a very fun interview to go through, and we are joined here today with
Special
not
guest.
only special guest, Bliss3three. Bliss, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
What's going on? We're very thankful to have you. We thank you for coming out to the
Of
Chair Guys
course.
podcast.
Thank you for having
Yeah.
me.
Sorry about my hair recently. My barber
Your
cut
hair
it a
looks
bit too
beautiful.
short. Oh, I appreciate it. It got a little bit cut too short, but enough about me. For those of you who may not know, Bliss, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, who are you? What do you do?
I am an artist. I make music, all types of weird music. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Toronto. And yep, that's about it.
Shout out. I mean, Toronto. That's where it's popping. You got Drake and you got Bliss3three. I really don't know what else to say.
For real.
I'm a big fan.
For
Yeah,
real.
but we just want to get straight into our interview because, like I said, recently you've dropped a new album. It was great. Me and Vaughn both equally loved it.
Thank
But
you.
we kind of just wanted to introduce yourself a little bit more. So, Vaughn, if you want to take off with your questions.
Alright. Simple question out the gate, What
Yeah.
inspired you to make music? What are your main influences, whether it be artists you enjoy or just your passion in life, It's like,
Yeah.
what's your main inspirations?
Yeah, so I started making music in like 2018, and yeah, like at the time, that music was like the only thing that I had like a big interest in. So I was like, why not try to make some of my own? So then I started doing that, and then yeah, that was basically the reason I started. And then obviously as I started listening to more music and got more comfortable with making music, I began to, start working with other genres and styles of music.
Yeah. No, that's great. I mean, like, we've been following your music for like quite some time, ever since Celestial dropped, and then since then we've been kind of watching you grow. And I kind of wanted to get into my question. When I first saw Celestial drop, it was really just kind of like a wildfire. Just about everyone was listening to it, and my whole timeline was flooded with it. And to this day, sites like Radio Music has around 1.5K ratings on it, which is
Damn.
just like an amazing feat in its own right. So, what was it like just having Celestial take off originally? Like, was it something you anticipated, or was it by complete surprise?
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy that it got as big as it got, and like I did not expect it the slightest bit. Like I dropped it, I did like no promotions for that or anything. Like I just got it out there, and then I used to check like the Spotify stats, like I don't know, every few weeks, and then I would see it just kept on like growing and growing, like at quick enough speeds. And then I mean, I think it started to take off like even more lately. It's cool that so many people like it. I'm really grateful for that. And yeah, definitely by complete surprise though. Like never would have
Yeah.
expected that.
No, seriously, I remember the first time, actually, just a little fun fact, fun story. The first time I ever listened to it, I was at like a resort, and I listened to it like 3 times in a row because I
Mm.
was like, I couldn't press my finger on what was so unique about the project, because there's something definitely unique about it. I
Thank
think
you.
the way you make
For sure.
vaporwave is quite honestly like something I've never really heard. And so when I listened to it, I finished it, and because it's a short project, when I finished it, I was like, I have to repeat, and I listened to it 3 times in a row. And I could just never press my finger on it. And like I've been in quite an avid vaporwave listener for quite some time, and like I said, I've never heard anything like it. And your latest project too goes to say. So can you tell me a little bit about what went into the decision to make all of this distorted, very glitchy vaporwave music? Because it's so unique. Like
Mhm.
what is behind that?
Oh, okay.
I'm really
Yeah,
interested.
for sure. So I think vaporwave is like such a special genre and such a good genre, like one of my favorite genres. But like recently, I think like it's become a little oversaturated. Just a lot of the same sounds I hear. So then, it was kind of inspired by hex music as well. I was like, why not incorporate the sound of hex music into vaporwave? Maybe it could, create this new cool genre fusion. So yeah, that was basically what. Also, like the distortion itself also creates like a lot of nostalgia and isolation, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Hmm.
One thing I love about your music is that it's along with the short, like how short the projects are,
Mm.
and how short the songs are, and how distorted they are. It's like begging you to like replay them. That's probably one of the
Ah.
reasons that they took off like that. That your music took off.
Yeah,
It's
like
like,
like
cause
Celestial
like
City's like a minute long.
yeah,
So.
it's like
Yeah,
your
and
music
it's I think your
is
most
like
played.
it's like mysterious, and
Mhm.
it's like just like asking to be re-listened to and shit.
Yeah, it has a lot going for it, and that's what I really like for it. It's like I said, I very much so love vaporwave, and yeah, it definitely has been becoming a little bit oversaturated because I think people are kind of figuring out the formula to what works.
Yeah.
But it's really when artists like you and maybe some other artists like Def Dynamic Shroud
Mm-hmm.
that are really going to like take it a step further because they just put in that extra effort and their own spin and kind of take on vaporwave. And I think
Thank
that's
you.
what's really really cool.
I appreciate that so much.
So yeah, I think Vaughn has a question. Vaughn, if you wanted to ask,
Oh yeah.
just a little bit about the new album,
So
because that's what we're
yeah.
here to talk about.
Um, I loved "I'm Gonna Miss You," crazy album. I
Thank
wondered
you.
if there was a specific, like, like basically, what was your influence in that specific album, and what were you going for? Like, is there like a specific story or tone you're trying to set?
Uh,
And is it like different from your older music, or are you trying to do something new with it?
yeah. The story, the specific story, I was trying to create with "I'm Gonna Miss You." Actually, if you, I dropped the EP back in June, I think.
The ambient one, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's called "One Day the Bird That Follows Me at Night Anymore," or "One Day the Bird That Follows Me at Night Won't Anymore." And then if you put that together with "I'm Gonna Miss You," it creates like an entire sentence. It's kind of like a prequel to the album. Yeah.
Oh
That's
shit.
awesome. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's basically just inspired by, I think, my life at the time. Like, I mean, I'm 17 years old, and definitely matured the most I have this year, or like especially making this album that I have at any point in my life. I think what I'm gonna miss is just youth and lack of responsibility,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's why I think these albums were so important to me. Just the creation of them was because it's really just a reflection of my life at the time, and you know what I'm going, like what my life is right now.
That's beautiful. I actually,
Yeah.
I was actually, cause I bought the CD and I was like, oh, it comes with this ambient EP, and I
Mm.
never really clicked to me that like it creates a sentence.
Yeah.
Cause actually I hadn't heard the ambient EP yet, cause I was too busy focused on other stuff. Cause when you dropped that, that was also around the time a certain event had happened. No names, but yeah. So that's actually really interesting. But actually, I do kind of have a question. That actually kind of poses to me. What was the creation process like for this newest album? Like, what were you doing, building it? Like, what was going into that?
Mm. Um, it took a long, like, Celestial took me maybe like 2 weeks to make, 3 weeks. This one took me like, I want to say like about a year.
Wow.
So yeah, basically just I made like definitely like a bunch of the songs were made at very different like times, and so it's basically just me, going in making songs, just making whatever, and then finding songs that fit and putting them together. Like Mirror's Guide I made all the way back in like November. I think it was a year ago today that I made it actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
There you
and
go.
then like the last songs I made in maybe August. So yeah, basically just making whatever and trying to put them together, create a cohesive
That
little
that
project.
kind of leads into a question I had about sampling, because obviously you sample a lot of music, and I was just wondering like what your view on sampling is, and like how you find samples, and maybe how you think, do you like go looking for them, or do you just hear something and like you're like, I need to put this in a song. I think I could do something crazy with this.
Yeah, I mean, I love sampling. I think, yeah, yesterday, there's this shirt that George Clinton, or like 100% Electronic has. It says sampling is God, copyright is joke. I don't know if y'all know that one. Anyways,
Yeah, that's fire.
yeah, I was wearing that yesterday. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm a fan of sampling. But like, yeah, I just listen to a lot of music, I guess, and I hear the music and think like, oh, I can make a cool song out of this as well.
Yeah.
I think music was meant to be spread and like shared, and copyright laws are all dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
completely
that's
agree,
that's
bro.
crazy. Cause I was listening to I'm Gonna Miss You, and I couldn't help but like notice. I was like, is that Plantasia? When me and
Yeah.
Vaughn were
Yeah,
re-listening
yeah.
the other day.
Mm.
You sample it quite a bit on the project, I think. There's like
Yeah, too.
you use it very very often. I think like once or twice at least.
You
And
know,
I think that's what I love about your music quite a bit. Just the pop outs. Oh, sorry.
it's
you had
funny
something.
because I bought that record yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fire, bro.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's an album I have yet to buy. Like, it's just kind of like, cause I know it's like pretty easy to buy,
Yeah.
so it's not really like kind of my focus to like kind of buy
I get that.
that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I kind of wanted to go back to what you said about the whole like you thing, because I mean, it must be like a lot of like weight considering the
Oh,
fact that
yo.
Cut out.
You cut out.
you kind of went overnight. Is my internet messing up? I can't tell. Um, is my internet fucked up? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, technical difficulties. My
Oh,
mic
wow.
decided to unplug. That's unfortunate. My mic unplugged.
You're
It
gone
has
again.
audio issues. Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
you're
Yep.
back.
Oh my god, the audio is lost. Okay. Well, that's annoying, but it's okay. We're back. What I was going to say was, yeah, I think the way you sample music is especially interesting, because it's in such a way that it's like it isn't completely in your face, and you have a very nice way of blending it within the music that you make. Because a lot of samples that I hear sometimes from artists online, kind of adjacent to your kind of music, they just kind of put the sample there, and especially in vaporwave, actually, the sample is just there, and then they build on top of the sample. But it feels like you incorporate your actual music into the sample a lot more, rather than just more so throwing a sample and then building it from there. Like, it feels like you build your song and then you incorporate the sample in. I may be completely wrong, but I think it just works in the way that you make it. So yeah, and then actually, do you think there's like, I kind of, the way I listened to I'm Gonna Miss You was actually kind of like a continuation of Celestial. So is there actually any tie there, or like I'm Gonna Miss You is something entirely new, standalone from Celestial?
I think there's somewhat of a connection. I mean, there are carousels on both projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess, yeah, both of them were kind of reflections of my life. I mean, that is also like all the music I make, but like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to make Celestial Part 2. I definitely wanted to put more time and effort into I'm Gonna Miss You, and I will put more time into effort into all of my future projects. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's much more of like a sequel, but it's it's a new project, a new idea.
Yeah. No, and it's really interesting to listen to, quite honestly. I don't know, I can tout on about how great your music is, because I'm genuinely an avid fan. I listen to one of your actual alias, and that's kind of what I wanted to move into. You have an alias, New Plasma Disney Store, that me and Vaughn actually have kind of a connection
Well,
to.
yeah, you
the
obviously
project.
listened to it.
Yeah.
The fest.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say
Uh-huh.
if you didn't
Yeah.
interrupt me. But yeah, you debuted it at our online music festival, Hustler Fest, which thank you for doing that. It was a beautiful, fantastic set.
Of course.
We talk about it
Sick,
every once in a while whenever we bring up Hustler Fest. But I want to know a little bit more about what was that, why the name change, why New Plasma Disney Store. Like, give us a little bit more insight as to what that kind of side project is.
Sure. Yeah, I've always wanted to make like, I guess, house music or whatever you want to call it, like that. I have this very specific memory of like, as a kid, I'd be like in the back seat of a car, and then just like driving at night, like Black Eyed Peas on the radio, and then like Like just seeing all these lights and things. And I also remember like the Disney stores as a kid used to be like I would be walking through a mall,
Oh yeah.
and the Disney
bro.
stores was the only thing that stood out to me because like I didn't really care about like clothes or whatever as a kid, and I would just think the Disney store was like the most magical place.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I was just walking on the street one day and then thought of the name New Plasma Disney Store, and then like I was already working on the set at the time actually, and I was like, you know what, why not drop this under a different name? And I do think it gives off a very different energy than the music I drop under Bliss3three.
Yeah, no, it's night and day, and honestly, that I think that's my favorite thing that you've put out, the new Plasma Disney Store.
Oh, thank
Maybe
you.
a little biased, I don't know, but I actually,
Yeah.
I had never heard, you sampled Yule,
Yeah.
and I had never heard of her until a little bit after
Oh,
Hustle
word.
Fest. So then once I re-listened when you put it on streaming, I was like, holy shit, that's
Oh,
Yule.
yeah.
And I thought that was so fun because now I'm like catching the samples, and I think that's
Yeah.
that's why it's kind of fun to return to your music because like as I'm listening to more artists, I am also catching things because you've definitely heard a fuck ton of music. Like I've seen you everywhere on Rate Your Music. You're like,
Bruh.
and you're such a positive person. You give like so many
Oh,
fucking 5 stars. Like it's
Yeah,
insane.
it's-
Everything
Um,
fives.
yeah, everything fives. Yeah, exactly. But no, you that I really am
Yeah, I
interested
think
in.
we also listen to a
in
lot
that
of similar
project.
music too.
Yeah, we do definitely listen
Yeah.
to a lot of similar music. But yeah, that's I don't know, that alias is so strange to me because I share that same exact feeling. I remember going home late at night from the movies, listening. My parents put on a lot of trance music actually, so that's why I could
Oh,
connect to it more.
your parents
They
are
played a
awesome.
lot of Dead Mouse as well. Like I
Uh,
remember by Dead Mouse 5. There's like a song that was vivid in my head. A lot of Kanye West.
I might have to sample
Yeah.
Dead Mouse on my next one.
Oh,
Oh.
you might. Oh, he's got some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really a big Dead Mouse supporter as far as him as a person, but
Oh.
his music, I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him. He knew what he was doing. But yeah, no, this project is so interesting, and I think personally for me, because I know this is a Bliss3three interview, but I actually helped make the visuals for the set,
Mhm.
and it was an experience because I think the music, I don't know, I was listening to the project while at Disney World since the whole set was made at Disney, which thank God for timing that I was going to
Yeah.
Disney for a bit
That
to go
actually
make
worked
that
out so
set.
perfectly.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly
Uh-huh.
because you had told me like I can make the set for you, and then you were like, yeah, I want to have like Disney project, and you were telling me all about this,
Yeah.
and I was like, holy shit, I can go do that. And so the entire time I was listening there, like it just felt like Disney was just like breaking down, and that's what I love.
Oh.
I think you translate the whole of the kind of Disney store into that as well, because I think
It's like,
anyone who's been to Disney, it
uh,
feels kind of surreal at times because
yeah.
I think like when you take a moment to like slow down, when you're not thinking this is a vacation, I need to go on this ride, I need to go on that, you just kind of take a moment to observe like it's a mess. People are running around, losing their heads. Excuse me, I just burped. There are little kids screaming. There are parents like yelling at their kids. Like it's a mess, and
Mhm.
that's kind of like what I noticed while I was listening to the set, just walking around, experiencing everything. And I think all I'm gonna say is I'm super excited for your next project. Like I know I think. Do you have any plans to
Yeah.
drop another project under the alias?
I'm working on one right now.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
little
Yeah.
exclusive chair guys leak,
Yep.
but that's exciting.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's super interesting.
Yeah, but thank you.
Um,
And thank you for doing the visuals for that, because those visuals are like so beautiful and perfect. And I think
yeah.
like it.
No, I
Sick,
cooked them
bro.
up at like 2 in the morning, and my eyes were like bleeding, like I had to go take eye drops, because the flashing blue lights, like the
Oh my
noise was
God.
like ruining my eyes. But I
Oh.
made it. It was actually, it's crazy. It was the fastest set I made because I had
You.
such a vision for it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like.
The longest set it took me to make was 11 hours. I made 11 hours in one
Wow.
set.
Wow. Yeah,
But
like
this one, it
creativity
took me,
hits at
yeah,
random times.
exactly, yeah. It took me
Yeah.
2 hours, and I had idea after idea after idea, and just it was coming to me because that music, that EP speaks to me so much in such high volumes because you stated exactly, and I think that is really what is the shining star of your music,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Mhm.
It's that relatability factor and the way that you can kind of put yourself next to your music. and just kind of like compare your life to that.
Nostalgia.
And I think that's what's beautiful. Nostalgia.
Thank you so
exactly.
much. Thank you
And
so
that's
much.
what vaporwave lands home on,
And
and that's what I love about your music.
bro, wait.
Thank
I
you.
just want to say,
What's up?
I'm
What's
so
up?
sad. Like, you just brought back like an old memory because they got rid of the Disney store at my mall, bro. Like
Ah.
years ago.
They've been wiping them out,
Oh
man.
my
I don't know
God.
why. I don't
So
understand.
that makes the whole thing hit even harder now. Like, now I'm gonna be thinking about that because I didn't
That's
I
like
didn't
the
really
worst.
connect that. But like,
Uh-huh.
bro, I haven't been in a Disney store in so long.
You gotta find
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah, like the blue,
Yeah.
like kind of like entrance to the mall.
It
Yeah,
was
it's
so
I haven't been
cool.
to one either.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know why they've been wiping them out. It doesn't make any sense. They're
It's
just
Disney,
as big, if
bro.
not bigger, than they were.
Mhm.
I guess there just wasn't a market for it. Plus, malls are kind of dying.
That is
And
true.
I
Yeah.
think that's why vaporwave is just hitting so hard with
Oh,
genres
that's
like
kind of
mall soft.
facts.
Yeah,
I never thought
there's
about
the
that.
nostalgia to malls, and that's why like vaporwave
Yeah.
is so gravitated towards malls sometimes.
Yeah.
And just broken transmission, old TV clips and samples like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, a talk of vaporwave is something that we kind of wanted to have, which is going to transition us into the next kind of thing we wanted to talk about.
It's very
Unless
smooth.
Vaughn, you have anything else, but I'm kind of excited to talk about this album.
Now you can continue
okay.
your transition.
Let's do
there.
it. We're gonna do our first classic album, which
Classic.
we're gonna have to preface. We think it is a
It's like-
classic because in online music groups, this album is coveted and it is noted highly, and that is Def Dynamic Shroud's "I'll Try Living Like This." A
Classic.
very, very interesting. It's a classic.
Classic.
Come on.
It is a
classic.
I think
classic. It is a classic.
It's a classic. I think
Come on.
anyone who listens to it will be astonished by what it achieves, both in the sound of vaporwave and just in general.
Yeah.
I think it's powerful. It's crazy to listen to.
Mhm.
I can't help but just kind of like get lost in it. The sampling is beautiful. Those guys know what they're doing. It's insane.
They do.
But yeah, I want to kind of give you the floor to talk about it a little bit, maybe some of your thoughts. But I just kind of want to introduce it. So, the floor is yours, Bliss. The floor is yours.
I'll Try Living Like This is like, I don't know, I wouldn't be Bliss3three if it wasn't for that album. Like,
Wow.
it's basically, I mean, that album got me into vaporwave, I would say. It let me into so much more music, and also that album was basically like one of the biggest inspirations for, you know, all of my music. I think Death Dynamic Shroud, all three of them have like such a way of sampling. Like they use it as an instrument. Like
Yeah.
it's so crazy how good they are at it. And yeah, just it hits like, I don't know, just instrumental music when it's, you know, that emotional and that like surreal, I would say. It just always amazing. Like listening to this album at night is like my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, we listened to it at night, and it was a crazy experience. Which kind of wants me to ask a question, because we were having a discussion about it. Would you think that Def's Dynamic Shroud is a good introduction into vaporwave? Because here was the segment. Me and Vaughn were talking. I was like, I think Def's Dynamic Shroud is like the best entrance into vaporwave. But then, as I started to think about it more and more, I was like, well, actually, I don't think so. Because they're so unique in what they do, I don't think they're representative of what the sound of vaporwave is, at least this project. Because the sound is so sampling heavy, which, yes, is prevalent in vaporwave, but I don't think it is something that...
Well, I would
is
say the
very
opposite.
representative.
I would say
Really? Why?
because it's not as sampling heavy. Like the samples are used in such a more creative way than most vaporwave. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of extra layers that aren't like vaporwave is built on just slowing down a sample and adding reverb and effects and stuff like that, right? And what they do is so much more than that. So I would say it's like the opposite. It's like they're so heavy on everything else. Like they're like so like I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's like two sides of the coin. Like I understand both your arguments. Like there's no one else like this Dynamic Shroud. So like, I mean, if you're introducing someone to the genre, you would probably, you know, give them something that, you know, sounds like other artists of that genre. But then,
Yeah.
I mean, Death Dynamic Shroud was my introduction to vaporwave. So,
Same.
and I do think that like they're like, I mean, my favorite vaporwave artist.
Yeah, it's just because when I was thinking about it, they're so unique and they're so trailblazing in that sense that like, if I were to listen, if they were my introduction, and I went to go listen to like a Cat System Corp, I would kind of be disappointed because I'm like,
Yeah.
well, where was all this uniqueness I first saw on this project?
Yeah.
But that goes to say, I think Cat System Corp is the best introduction into vaporwave. I think a project like Higher Wraith, or News at 11 is really indicative and like prevalent of what vaporwave is,
Mhm.
and that's like kind of what I would introduce to someone, and then they can go find those extreme albums like I'll Try Living Like This and just be blown away.
Mhm. Like,
Because yeah, oh, you had something to say. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
like there are like so many styles of vaporwave, I would say.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, it's so
yeah.
big. Yeah, it's actually crazy. Vaporwave is like one of the newest genres, and yet here it is.
Yeah.
It's so many offshoots and stuff.
Exactly, and that's why like I like it so much. Like, I would say like something like I'll Try Living Like This, and I don't know, like some of Telepath's music or like 2814. Like they don't sound like they're the same genre at points.
Yeah.
And I mean that's why I like it so much. I think I do think Cat System Corp is also a great way to get into vaporwave.
Yeah. No, he's my favorite just because like my favorite vaporwave subgenre is Mallsoft.
Yeah.
And that is what he does the most, and like that is the, I don't know, I think it's one of them. I hate to say laziest because that's not true, but I think it's one of the genres that's the most easiest to make in vaporwave, because it's very much so get mall sounds, b-roll, and then throw on a nice snazzy smooth jazz and you have yourself a Mallsoft song at its most linear. But I think sometimes when you get creative and you start to tell a concept like Cat System does sometimes, I think it can be beautiful. And so that's what really does it for me. I like to throw it on when I'm doing homework and stuff like that. So yeah, I just think a vaporwave scene as a whole is very interesting, and so that's why I kind of brought up the argument of what is the best introduction. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
Vaughn, I kind of want to give you the floor a little bit to talk about your thoughts because I know I kind of expressed mine a bit.
Yeah. So, I'll Try Living Like This is like one of my favorite albums of all time. It has been for a while. I just like every time I come back to it, I hear new sounds, and it's really like a cinematic experience. It's definitely one of the most like it's one of the most like cinematic and like adventurous albums I've heard, because it has so many different sounds, but it also all comes together to be cohesive. And it definitely does push the boundaries of vaporwave, because like some of the songs on here are not even vaporwave, like they're like, it's basically like
Yeah.
hip hop beats
Mhm.
on like
Yeah,
half
they're-
the songs.
I
And
forget what
like
track, but I think it's in the latter half. Yeah.
no, yeah, obviously they sample I think it's Madonna by Drake.
Oh yeah.
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 That
So-
sample is crazy.
Yeah, it's insane, dude.
It's
Like,
a bold choice, and I
when
love
I
it.
when I first heard that and like connected the dots, I was like, damn, bro, holy shit.
Mm.
I did not
Also-
I wasn't expecting that. But
This album also with their samples put me on to like some of my favorite songs and artists. Like there's this like Loving Is Easy. You know the drums and the piano.
mhm.
Yeah.
And that sample's from this artist called Sioko, and she's in this band called G Schmidt. And recently they've been like my favorite band, and like I found them through this album as well. So it's put me onto other music as well. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that goes in tune with the kind of connection thing that you had going on with the whole, sampling is meant to be shared.
Yeah.
Music is meant to be shared. So I think that's great, and I love when vaporwave artists get bold in what they do by kind of putting out these crazy samples,
Mhm.
and that's why I think it's really fun when you sample an album like Plantasia on your newest work, because it's like, it catches maybe someone who knows the sample,
Yeah.
or maybe someone who is like, okay, that sounds unique, what is that? It makes you begin to ponder more.
Mm. Yeah, like, I mean,
that's what I really love.
the fact that we're having a conversation about it now means that it was relevant enough for us to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. But I don't know. Vaporwave is such a powerful genre, and I wish it got a lot more love than it did, because there are so many huge artists within vaporwave that, at least like in the community, that are still relatively small. I believe you're probably one of the biggest ones. You have to be. You could stand right there next to Def's Dynamic Shroud, maybe.
That's crazy.
Or like a George Clanton. The way I see
Wow.
it, because the community is big, yes, but it's also small. If you know who My Sister's Fugazi shirt is, they for some reason don't even have that many listeners on Spotify or streaming, despite the fact that I remember one time they dropped an album and it was #1 on Bandcamp.
Really?
Yeah, and their records sell out extremely fast. They've sold so many records. I think it's because vapor vinyl is like hot fire to people sometimes. But yeah.
Yeah.
What you were gonna say?
I think vaporwave is also very very popular on Bandcamp. I think more so than on Spotify. I mean, it's obviously popular on Spotify, but like there are so many cool labels and like small labels, I guess, that like just put out such amazing work.
Yeah, like Geometric Lullaby is one of the like standouts that they're putting out. Well, they do quite a bit of a lot, but like mainly vaporwave is what they're doing. I remember they pressed Groceries a while back.
Oh, I got that. Yeah.
Oh, you have that record?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that record is beautiful. I love that.
It is.
I missed out on it. Recently, I did buy Desert Sand Sleeps Warm at Night. I don't know the name because a lot of his shit is in Japanese.
yeah.
But his most recent record that he put out with Cat Kills Records, Pat Shennington.
That was like a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, a few weeks ago was that Slush Wave record. It was a great pressing. It's beautiful. I have it over there. I'm looking at it right now. But no, it's beautiful. But I think that's kind of the thing, that vaporwave has kind of built its own community, and I think it's beautiful. I love the way the vaporwave community kind of comes together. I think they're some of the most relaxed people. I mean, it's kind of indicative of the genre, but it's like they're just kind of there. They're pretty harmless in that sense.
Yeah, for the most part, at least.
For the most part, of course, there are your standouts that are gonna be kind of weirdos, but
yeah.
I mean, for the most part, like what I've seen vaporwave fans just scrolling on like r/vaporwave, and I don't know any other message boards, I can't lie. Actually, isn't there like I think it's called like 95 Club or something like that. I forget it, but it's this website. That's another vaporwave actual message board, but like it's just such a it's a bunch of people who are addicted to nostalgia, and like that's their crack, and I think it's just such a cool thing to talk about.
It is, yeah. I'm very looking forward to getting more invested or more into that community as well.
Yeah. Oh, really? You wouldn't even say like you've really like dived deep into the community?
I mean, I don't know. It feels weird because like I don't have many. I have a few friends that make vaporwave music, but like, and then like I also like know a few like labels and all that, but I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in the community. That might just be because I'm not, active online as much, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, you're very, like, I'll see you tweet maybe once or twice a day, and that's really about it. But yeah, no, you're very much so like offline, and I think that's kind of what also creates a little bit of a mysterious fog around your character, because I'll see every like month or so someone post about Bliss3three. I've seen you posted in the Rap Talk server. People are like,
what?
Oh, you gotta check this guy out. And then it's so funny. I remember one time, I'll have to send you the chart, but I saw a chart with Celestial on it, and then it was a bunch of random ass albums, and then it turns out like 3 of the albums on there were fake that the person created, and they would just send that chart to the Rap Talk server to have people bug them about titles. And then one time I was like, oh, that's Celestial by Bliss3three. They were like, okay, fuck you, dude. Like, you're ruining the joke. I'm like, okay, dude, this is like a project that's talked about on the app. I don't know how you haven't seen it. But I've seen that happen a lot. People, it's so fucking weird how much I see your album discussed sometimes. And like, it may hit you much harder, but when I saw we went to go check on your stats, just so we could have our interview ready. But when I saw that you had 60,000 monthly Spotify listeners, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I was actually like, hold on just a fucking second. I was like, what? Like that must be mind blowing just for you, on your own.
It is.
But like,
it is. Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean like, dude, that's fucking bonkers. I know we're still talking about Ultralude like this, but this is very much free form talking about vaporwave as a whole.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely think this album is like extremely special. It got a lot of people into vaporwave. It got a lot of people's wallets broken pretty bad, considering how many times they've put out the pressing and how beautiful it is every
Hey,
single
we're
time.
not. Hey, we're not even done yet.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Soon.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Soon. Ooh. Okay. That's exciting. That's exciting. Yeah. No, actually, I have a question. Have you actually ever reached out to Def's Dynamic Shroud, or have they reached out to you ever?
Well, there was this for Ace Tantina or Kaizo
No, I'm
Slumber.
not familiar.
So there's.
Oh yes, that
Kaizo
yes.
Slumber,
We.
yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So they go by Kaizo Slumber now, but they used to make music under Ace Tantina. And
yeah. Temple of Knoll. I listened to that project.
Yeah. And they released an album earlier this year called Carmen Winstead.
I
And
listened to that too. Yeah.
yeah. For the release party, No Agreements got Death's Dynamic Shroud to play, and then I talked with James in the chat for a bit, and he I also played a set there, and then he followed me after that, and said my music was cool.
Wow.
So
That's
and
crazy.
that was the only interaction,
awesome,
I think.
dude.
Yeah.
No, that must have been like a shining moment for you at least. Like that's pretty dope.
It was.
Considering
It was
your
very
inspirations.
very surreal.
Yeah. No, and that's the cool thing. Like for your newest project, you got like Desert Sand Sleeps Warm at Night,
Mm.
and I tried reaching out to them, and like it was so weird. I talked to their manager for Hustlefest. And they
Manager.
were like, yeah, or I don't know. I talked to someone who had connections with them.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's right. I talked to an admin of the Vapor Vinyl server.
Mhm. Oh.
And they were like, yeah, I know Desert Sand Sleeps Warm at Night. You hit him up, DM him. And they told me, yeah, he'll talk to you about it.
Mhm.
I hit him up, never got a response. My DM is still there.
No.
He never hit me back.
No.
And I felt a little butthurt because I absolutely love Desert Sand Sleeps Warm at Night.
They
It's
are
such a lengthy
so
music.
talented.
They are genuinely
Yeah.
talented, but yet they make the music that like you would consider to be like the most linear. But really, when you go under the scalpel, they're making crazy stuff.
Mhm.
Yep.
But yeah, that's crazy how tight knit the community is, and I bet you like No Agreements has done a lot for you on your part.
Oh,
'Cause I know
definitely.
you've kind of jumped labels every now and then. I think one point, forgive me if I'm wrong, didn't you do a release with Dismiss Yourself for Celestial, or was that Dream Mutilation?
Yeah, no, I did. I mean, with both. I just did
Oh, both.
tape and CD releases with them, but No Agreements
Yeah.
is who I'm basically with right now, and we're doing shows and.
Yeah, the New York show. That's
Mhm.
super exciting. That's
Yeah.
actually even crazier that I wouldn't say such small artists, but in the grand scheme of things, such small artists were able to secure a set because I know Fax King is going to be there.
Yeah,
Which shout out Fax King, they're crazy.
they are.
They politely declined Hustlefest too. They said that they're so with their choices.
I heard of that.
I also a little butthurt about that one. But shout out Fax King.
Bruh.
I fuck with them. But yeah, no, that's super cool. No Agreements is definitely doing the most, I guess, right now.
They are, yeah.
But how does that work actually? Because that is kind of interesting considering you've hopped around 3 different labels. Is it there's not a signing to it? They're just kind of like, hey, you want to put out a CD, and you're like, let's do it. How does that go about?
Yeah, I just asked Dismiss Yourself late 2020 to do that. I just asked them if they wanted to make cassettes, and then they were like, sure. And then I made the cassettes, and then never worked with them again. But
Wow.
yeah. I think I don't even know if we're planning to drop the next Clueless project on there, but and then
Oh, okay.
yeah, that was the same with Dream Mutilation too. They hit me up asking for if they wanted to make CDs, and then I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
I'm
all
kind of butthurt.
they're all
I missed
very,
out on that because I should have bought one.
all
I
good.
should have bought one.
We might do
Yeah.
repress. I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean,
So yeah, so they come to you. So they come to you basically.
I mean, yeah, Dream Mutilation came to me. I went to Dismiss Yourself. And then,
Okay,
yeah.
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 Damn, that's crazy. Cause like, so did you even like, were you like trying to sell yourself? Like, hey, look at my project, it's booming right now. Or you just straight up just cold DM like, can we get this on the set?
I don't even remember. I think I emailed them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it might have been email. I don't even remember what I wrote in the email. I was like, I think
Yeah.
I sent them the link on Spotify.
Damn, yeah, no, that's dope as hell that you can get your music like that out though.
Mm.
And that's super cool. Like, I mean, imagine Bliss3three on the same bill as a Def Dynamic Shroud and George Clanton at a vaporwave festival. I forget what the big one's called. Oh shit, I can't remember the name.
Electronicon. I think so.
Electronicon. Yeah, there you go.
I think
really
that's what
wanna-
it's called. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I badly want to go to one.
No, wait, is it not called
since
that? Hold on.
I don't know. That sounds
100%
right, but-
Electronicon. Okay.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
Mm.
because they bring out all the big dogs.
Oh,
They brought
yeah.
out Telepath. They brought out Cat System Corp.
Wow.
And most of the like big vaporwave artists are from Europe. I've kind of realized. Cat System
Really?
he's from like Helsinki or like Finland or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he probably moves around, but yeah, no, that's kind of crazy.
Nah, next time they're having that, I definitely want to go 100%.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta wear the Bliss3three shirt. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, this is who I am. You gotta rep yourself.
Spread the
guys. You gotta
agenda.
market
Of
yourself.
course, of
Yeah,
course.
spread the agenda. Yeah, there's a lot of trolling around your music, but I don't know.
There is.
It's kind of funny that there's so much trolling that your music's called trash and shit. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a question. Actually, have you ever like gotten like hate at all, like from the music you put out? Like, has some motherfucker just come into your DMs like, "Yo, shit's trash. You need to stop making music." Like, have you dealt with any hate?
Not that
hate mail yet?
Not that I remember. I've seen like people hate or whatever on my music, but like
Yeah.
nothing in the DMs. Nothing that they have said to my face. No.
Okay, yeah, cause I mean, to be
Yet.
fair, you make serious music. I sometimes make joke projects, so like, I've definitely gotten DMs after a certain project has released, and they'll be like, "Yo, shit, trash. Stop making music. Send message." I'm like, okay. I'm like, whatever, man.
Deserved.
But probably deserved. Yeah, it's probably deserved. But yeah, no, that's super dope. We definitely got sidetracked on this, but I mean, we're kind of here to just talk about vaporwave as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Since I don't think you could talk about a project like I'll Try Living Like This without talking about the community as a whole, because it's such a great community in my opinion. But Vaughn, is there anything you want to add before we kind of go into favorite tracks, perhaps? Kind of talk about some of what we think are the favorite tracks.
I mean, I don't know. This album's been talked about to death. I don't really have anything meaningful to add right now, but it's just
That's fair. Do you want to give
amazing
me your
album.
favorite tracks? You want to give me your favorite tracks?
Bro, all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
What do you
But,
have this rated as? What do you have this rated as? I kind of forget your rating. What? What's your
10,
problem? What's
bro.
your problem?
10.
Oh, you have it at 10?
Yes.
Okay.
What? What's your
Sorry.
problem? What?
Sorry.
What kind of question is that?
I'm
bro?
not here looking at your ratings all the time. I just whatever. All of them. That's fair. But are there any in specific that you gravitate towards?
The last track is like
Last track. Goodbye.
really very emotional track.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Mine is
Also, once again, oh, go ahead.
the
please.
4th track.
Oh, dude.
Ooh.
You know that
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Give me, yeah.
the original sample for that, like
Yeah, dude.
The
I
fact that-
remember checking who sampled for that, and I was
Mhm.
like the original song's like amazing too, but
It
what he
is.
did with it is like
like
what
I
they
don't
did
know
with
how you
it.
think of doing something like that. Like so crazy.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Which ones? You see, all the names are in Korean. Once again, they're keeping it fresh. They're not doing Japanese text. They're doing Korean text. Which one is the R&B track? I think it's maybe track 8. It's in the latter half, like the super.
Do you know what the sample is?
No, I don't.
Okay, hold on.
I think it might be track 10. It might be track 10. But definitely that's one of my favorite tracks on the project. Then probably CD Factory.
CD Factory.
And then track 8. That's my top 3 right there.
CD Factory is
like
so
one of
crazy.
those. It's like very cinematic, as I was talking about. CD Factory and Loving Is Easy, like Like some songs you could just put on by themselves, but those like in the context of the album, they're like reach a whole new level because they're just so like intricate and like really telling a story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like every song on here is perfect though. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. No, this project is amazing. Like I'm mind blown by it. Like I said, I was listening to it last night, and I had moved it down recently because I just don't return to it as much. I don't know why, but then I like kind of smacked myself upside the head. I was like, why did I move this down? I'm fucking stupid. Like I need to move this back up.
I'll smack you too.
Okay, yeah. Why you gotta be like that? That's fucked up.
I'm sorry.
You got me fucked up. That's fucked up. But yeah, no. Bliss, is there anything your favorite tracks perhaps?
Yeah,
Like specifically in specific.
track 4 is definitely my favorite.
Specifically in specific.
In specific.
Track 4.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, track 5 is also crazy. The piano.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that track actually. My EP. I was looking through their samples again, and then just checked out. Like, it's from this this old Nintendo. I don't know if it's old. This Nintendo game. I forget what it's called. It's one of those like stock ones, I think, that come with like the system. I don't even know what console it's for.
It definitely sounds like some Wii stuff or like
Yeah.
yeah, some Wii era.
And then
Nintendo.
That's how I got the sample for the first track on my EP, Null Pulse.
Awesome.
The same
okay.
album.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's dope as hell.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. Whenever you mention samples, I think of the samples on that project. I'm just like,
Yeah, it's
yeah, crazy.
definitely a lot of
We're
my
sa- yeah,
favorite
we're
albums
sampling
are very sample heavy, and this is just like another example. Like everything is like it's so inspiring, like in a just like looking
Mhm.
into
Yeah.
the samples and the technique and just like yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, and I think that's even crazier that like there's 3 people in Def's Dynamic Shots. That means the 3 of them collectively somehow had to make these tracks together, which is like even more like crazier. I don't know how you could manage to do that.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
I think.
But yeah, no,
I think. Yeah.
that's
They.
bonkers.
I don't know. I know that. Like usually just like 1 or 2 people that work on most of their projects. I think
Oh,
for
but
I'll
there's-
Try Living Like
okay.
This was. Nah, because it's usually just like 1 or 2 people at a time. 1 or 2 of them at a time, like working on it.
Okay.
I think I'll Try Living Like This was all 3 of them though. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm
But-
not sure
yeah.
either. I heard about that, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, like you have to have such an ear for sampling that it's a whole new skill in and of its own.
Yeah,
some
if-
of the best producers are gods.
If
at
anyone
samples.
ever doubts like sampling as an art form, like this is like a shining example.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
I think yeah. That's Dynamic Shroud and like Madlib are like the two
Yeah,
of my favorite samplers, I would say.
of course, Mad
It's-
Libs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually so dumb though. Like if you rag on sampling, that's so like,
I mean, yeah, it's 2021. I don't know
come on.
what you're
Yeah,
doing out
like
here.
if you're stealing someone's music, like if you're literally just adding like a bit crusher on it, yeah, that's one thing. But
well,
like,
even then,
but,
it's
like,
I mean, it's like lazy, but I'm like
it's just lazy and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm just listening to the song Bit Crush. Thanks for making the compression suck ass. But like sampling is so fucking cool, and you can like flip some of the craziest shit ever. Like especially when you get really like into it. I try to make it every episode, or I'm gonna try and do it. But the connection here
No.
to Todd Edwards. If you ever listen to that man's music, dude will take half a second of a vocal, pitch it up 2 semitones, and the next thing you know, he's got a whole like melody.
I don't know how he does
Um,
it.
yeah.
Oh, he's fucking wacky.
Mhm.
I'll send you a video, but he is wacky. That kind of sampling process that is also used on this project is something that is so fucking unique. Is there a sample showcase video for this project?
I don't think so.
Mm,
I don't think I've seen
I
one,
don't
but
think
that
so.
would be kind of crazy to watch.
I might have to make one, bro.
You might have to make one or get fucking like someone like Bandstand to get on that shit, like, cause I would want to see the samples on here, cause they're fucking.
there is.
Oh, there is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there is.
It's 15 minutes long.
15. Oh, goddamn. Okay.
Alright.
Then it looks like might have to tap into that after this one.
Yeah.
But okay. I think I kind of want to stop talking about this project a little bit and maybe move on because I have to put my hat in hand. Bliss, if you would like to continue joining us for this, you can have us around. But last episode, we ended off the episode kind of talking about the album suggestions from Twitter, and I said, and I quote, "I would rather listen to a 4-hour-long classical album than a 1-hour-long AC/DC project." And well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it would seem that before the episode even dropped, someone had their third eye open as to suggest AC/DC's Back in Black. And luckily, very luckily to my brain, it won. Thank you to Twitter user Sizato Miles. I can't stand you, the fact I'm even thanking you right now. Thank you for suggesting this album. But yes, this episode is going to be AC/DC's Back in Black. I just want to say I have almost every single AC/DC project 0.5 to unrate your music.
No reason to say that.
And I'm gonna come out right now and say I was drinking the haterade, ladies and gentlemen. This project is not bad.
Oh, wow.
Thank
you think it's bad, you're dumb. I'm gonna say it. I'm saying it. If I had like a soundboard where I could drop like sound effects like explosions, I'd be doing it. I think if you think this project is bad, you're just drinking that.
See, Anthony, this is what happens when you listen to a rock album more than once. You realize it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, I am usually what rock really fucking annoys me with is vocals. I can't stand the vocals sometimes. But I was listening to this and I was listening to those classic guitar riffs and I'm like, God damn it. I was like, God damn it. I was like, I like this project. I think it's good.
No way, bro.
There are some tracks that I think I could do without, but for the most part, yeah, I fucking get my finger moving to it. I fucking tap my feet a little bit.
Disgusting.
Like, hey, fuck you.
You're a disgusting creature.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aren't you the one? What? Did you just call me a creature? What is wrong with you? Anyways,
bro, this dude is so two-faced. Like,
what do you mean two-faced? What do you mean? Explain. Okay, hold on.
This dude is a two-faced, bro.
What are you talking about? What you on about? Don't come on here slander my name, all right? I'll come on here and slander your name, all right? Anyways, AC/DC's Back in Black is good. Okay, it's good. Vaughn, what you thinking? Why you gotta little? Okay, come on, bro. Come on.
I actually agree.
What, did you not expect that to come out of my mouth?
It's just a disgusting show that you're putting on. It's just
You like the project.
It's shameful.
You like the project.
Why do you keep calling it a project, bro? It's an album, bro. Came out in like 1980.
Okay, you like
come on, bro.
You like the album. Oh, okay, what?
All right.
That doesn't, okay, they were still
I
drunk.
love AC/DC,
okay,
man. AC/DC.
You love AC/DC.
Classic rock jamming out to some classic rock.
Like our
Back in Black
Jesus, dude.
title track. Classic.
Hell's Bells, yeah. Hell's
Classic
Bells, that's
song.
the #1 baseball song.
Hell's Bells, Back in Black. Oh, what's the song, bro? The lovin' one.
Rock and Roll Pollution.
You shook me all night long. It's a classic song. You know, okay, for real though. Back in Black.
Why are you talking like David Lynch? What the fuck?
Fuck you, bruh. Back in Black is a great album. I usually don't. I'm usually not like a huge hard rock fan, but I mean, it's like it's also it's nostalgic for me because my dad really loves this type of music, and we used to listen to some AC/DC, and I mean, this is just a fun album, honestly. Not every track is like great and like amazing, but like, I mean, Back in Black, like the title track, dude. Like, if you don't like that leading riff, then you're just like in denial, bro. That's like so iconic, so classic, bro. Like, I think the vocals are, I was kind of split on at first, but I mean, the more I listen, it's just fun. I don't know. It's just funny. Like,
yeah, it's nothing like amazing per se, but it's like it's good and it's acceptable for the kind of music that I don't take as big of an issue with as I would have like if I had just heard it once. But I don't know if it was I don't think it's something I'd return to, but it's definitely good. I can't hate on it because I don't know. I gotta stop drinking the haterade. Maybe it's time to go listen to Aerosmith. They make different kind of music, but
Bruh. Yeah.
I might have to go listen to fucking Aerosmith. I swear to God, I'm gonna drop the tweet for the next album so that no one fucking picks Aerosmith, because I do not want to discuss another fucking project.
I'm gonna suggest Aerosmith.
Thank
nah,
you.
Bliss, if you fucking bro, do not do that.
Please
shit,
do.
bro.
No, please do.
My voice is cracking so bad right now, but do not recommend Aerosmith, bro. I'm not. This is a one-time ordeal.
Okay.
One-time ordeal. The next.
You are already drinking the haterade. You say you gotta stop drinking the
No.
haterade. You are already drinking the haterade on Aerosmith, bro. I don't want to hear it.
For the sake.
If someone suggests Aerosmith and it wins, we're doing Aerosmith. Okay?
For the sake of the podcast, I want to talk.
I
about
will
another
suggest
classic album.
Aerosmith.
Oh, you motherfucker! You can't do that. You can't do that.
Why not, bro? That's not. We never made any rules for this, bro. This is
Yes.
free range, home on the range.
It's
okay?
our podcast.
This is home on the prairie, bro. This is free.
Home on the prairie. Whatever, man. We went to Bliss. Do you have any thoughts on AC/DC's Back in Black?
I haven't even listened to it. That is my thoughts.
Bro, okay.
Bliss, you fucked up. Bliss.
Nah, bro.
Okay, I have obviously heard like a few songs.
Leave it to Bliss3three to not listen
Bro,
to AC/DC's Back
Fuck
in Black.
you,
You're not a
Anthony.
real rocker.
Fuck you, bro.
You not a real rocker, Bliss.
Oh my
Anthony,
God.
you're fake as fuck, bro.
I just want to say right now, Bliss3three has like a profile picture with like a dude playing the guitar.
That's
you need to change it to
that
AC/DC,
is
bro.
that is a girl, bro.
That's a girl.
Oh my
Young,
god.
you know
I'm-
Midori?
Two-Face.
Okay, I can't tell. It looks like
Two-Face.
she's dressing like Elvis, bro. She's
Fake
dressing
ass,
like Elvis.
bro.
Okay, you gotta.
She's
chill
not
out.
dressing
Whatever,
like
yes, I know
bro.
what
She has
you're
like a
doing.
dress on. What are you talking
Look
about?
look at the like red scarf and then
That's
like
the arm
white-
strap.
That's a
That's the
guitar
arm strap, bro.
Oh my god,
Oh,
you're a
fuck, dude.
fake
I gotta get
rocker, bro. You're
glasses.
such a fake rocker.
I gotta
bro.
get glasses, bro.
Oh my
I gotta
god.
get glasses. Holy
This
shit.
is embarrassing
Anyways,
for
ladies-
you, bro.
Bro, this episode, bro. Leave it to fucking AC/DC's Back in Black to have us talking. Like this.
AC/DC is fire. That's all I gotta say.
AC/DC
I love
AC/DC's
AC/DC.
good. We listened to it like twice.
I love AC/DC. I love it.
Not gonna lie, AC/DC playing CS:GO and AC/DC is pretty good. I would recommend it at least once. I'd recommend it at least once. Play some CS:GO
Oh my
and
God.
listen to Back in Black. Vaughn, bro, come on, chill out. Vaughn, so you already listed your favorite tracks?
My favorite tracks are Back in Black, You Shook Me All Night Long, and Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. Because that's facts, bro.
I don't like that song. Rock and roll.
Okay, well, I didn't
I
ask.
don't like that song.
To be honest.
We're having a commentary here at Dialogue.
Didn't ask.
So okay, but whatever. My favorites are Hell's Bells, Back in Black, and you know what? I'll give it to Giving the Dog a Bone. I'll give it to that song.
Bro, you said you didn't like
Uh,
that song, bro.
I didn't ask.
Oh
I
my
didn't
god,
ask.
what a fake rocker, bro.
No, I do like it. You're lying. Why are you trying to put me on the spot here? Like.
You didn't
that's
even
fucked
remember
up.
the tracks, dude.
What do you mean?
You
I'm
didn't
looking
remember
at
the
him right
tracks.
now.
I'm done.
Oh wait, son of a bitch. Whatever. Why are you standing up? What are you doing?
What's up?
What are you doing?
What you mean, bro?
Why are you just standing? Like you fucking like on guard at security.
Bro, you like my tapestry?
I fuck with your tapestry. Whatever. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for coming out to the Chair Guys podcast. We want to give a second to Bliss to plug anything he might want to before we end off. Bliss, do you have anything?
No. No, I mean, no, not really, to be honest. Actually, yeah, no. All right, come if you're in New
Well,
York,
Okay.
you gotta pull up to my show, December 13th.
Yeah, you send me the link
Facts.
for that. I'll put it in the description. I'll also put Bandcamp link with the no agreements. Maybe buy yourself a
Put-
CD or a cassette to Bliss's new album.
Bliss3three, I'm going to miss you. No, I'm gonna miss you. It's called I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, I'm gonna
My
miss you.
bad.
Vaughn
Hey,
will probably
hey, I'm gonna miss you too.
Bliss3three.
I will miss you.
Yeah, exactly. We'll miss you. Vaughn, you should go to the NYC show, bro.
Maybe if I can.
Wait, how close is New York City to where you live?
It's in
Not too
Brooklyn.
far. Brooklyn.
It's in Brooklyn.
It's a
Brooklyn,
few
shout out
hours.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, it's a few hours. I mean, you could see
It's kind
Fax
of a
Gang.
while. Kind of a while away, actually.
Yeah. You could also see.
If
could
you
also
were
just see
playing
the dude
live,
we
I
got on the
wouldn't see you,
podcast.
but I'll consider it for Bliss.
That's
He's
true.
very real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but okay. I don't know. I think it's kind of silly that only one member of Fax Gang is coming out. I don't know why. Considering he's the one who's farthest
Hey.
away.
No shade, bro. No shade.
No shit. My bad. No shade.
You gotta
no
cut
shade,
that
my
out.
bad. That's.
Low key.
I'm sorry. I'm drinking the hater. Vaughn's getting me. He's gonna get my blood boiling. I can't.
I
lie,
think
so.
I think Glacier Break is coming. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna. My bad. Fax Gang. If you saw this.
Nah,
you
cut.
did
Just
not
cut
see
this out, bro. What are you
probably.
doing, bro?
Okay. My bad. My bad. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for coming out to the Chair Guys podcast. We hope you have a beautiful day. I've been Anthony.
I
I'm
am
here
RS Vaughan, bro.
And we thank you to Bliss3three. Bliss.
Thank you for having me.
Listen
I
to
appreciate it.
Bliss3three's new album.
Listen to Bliss3three's new album. We love you so much. We'll see you next time.
See
Bye-bye.
ya.